Welcome to the 5 at 5. I'm sorry I'm a day late. I was very, very busy, but here I am to give you my 5 at 5 from Arsenal 4, Palace 1. Don't forget, if your team is top of the league and 8 points clear, smash the likes on this video. Let's get into my 5 at 5. Number 1, I'm going to tell you something you already knew. Arsenal are the kings of London. But let me back that up statistically for any doubters out there. Arsenal, by beating Palace, just set a record of 9 London derby wins in one season. That has never been done in the Premier League era. In fact, the best record before that was 8, with Arsenal doing that in 2014 and Chelsea equaling it in 2015. But then they only had 10 games to do it, so fine, I hear that. We've got 12 games on this occasion due to the amount of London teams in the league, but Arsenal are absolutely killing it. We have beaten every single London team in the league so far this season, and in fact, we've only drawn 1 game out of the 10 that we've played. That's 9 wins, breaking that previous record of 8, 1 draw, 2 more to play. In fact, even the Invincibles team, they only had 8 London derbies and they managed to win 5. So that really puts into perspective just how well Arsenal are doing. And the more London derbies there are in a season, the harder it is for those London teams because there is that added incentive. It's a bit different when you're playing Palace or Brentford compared to when you're playing Southampton, for example. So Arsenal have responded really, really well to that. And just feast your eyes on this league table. Look at this. I mean, pure consistency. We are miles clear of anyone else in this league table. 10 points clear of Tottenham, which is an incredible feat from Arsenal. 25 goals scored, only 5 conceded in 10 games. We are absolutely smashing it. Well done, Arsenal, kings of London. Number 2, and one Arsenal ex-midfielder is doing bits for Arsenal this season. Mikel Arteta, obviously, incredible managerial performance from him this year. But another ex-Arsenal midfielder hasn't had it go all his way, unfortunately, at Crystal Palace. And Palace made the ridiculous decision of getting rid of Patrick Vieira prior to this game. How did the Arsenal fans respond? This is how the Arsenal fans responded. Now, I love that response from the Arsenal fans, but I really feel sorry for Patrick Vieira because if anyone has seen Crystal Palace play this season, and you even would have seen it in this game where they had certain opportunities, there was a one-on-one, they got flagged for offside later, but they cannot finish anything. And if Vieira had a half-decent striker, then I think it would be very, very different for Palace. The fact that they've sacked Vieira and then gone back to Roy Hodgson really annoys me because Vieira, I thought, had done all right for Palace and was going through a bit of a sticky spell, but it just shows how there's no loyalty in football and actually how lucky we are that Arteta managed to cling on in this job because at one point he was looking like he was on quite thin ice at Arsenal, but now after being given a bit more time and a bit of loyalty, he's come good and now he's delivering. I hope Vieira bounces back, but clearly by that video that you saw, the Arsenal fans love him. And hopefully we get to see him in a managerial position in the Premier League once again, succeeding, but obviously not at the expense of Arsenal. Number 3, can I just talk about Granit Xhaka and this incredible turnaround that we've seen from Granit Xhaka? Palace at home has special significance for Granit Xhaka because it was in this game in 2019 where he was booed off the pitch and was holding his ear and putting his hands out, not really responding as he should have to a bit of animosity from the fans because at that point in time, it just wasn't going well for Xhaka. Now, after that game, many people, including myself, could not see how Granit Xhaka would really succeed at Arsenal after that, and we thought that we'd see him leave the club in the next available transfer window. But his turnaround has been nothing short of miraculous. I think it helps him massively that he's playing in a new position. He's scored more goals this season than he ever has before for Arsenal, and he's not making those mistakes defensively because he's playing further up the pitch. And we've got such an accomplished defensive midfielder in Thomas Partey, who people talk about team of the year, and is it Casemiro or Thomas Partey? Casemiro, who's missed 7 games through suspension, and Thomas Partey, who has just been absolutely brilliant and consistent throughout. For me, it's a clear winner. Would have been close if Casemiro hadn't have got another 4-game suspension. But you know what? Granit Xhaka used to play in that type of position and it just didn't suit him. Mikel Arteta and Granit Xhaka need significant praise for finding this new position for Granit Xhaka that has unlocked such a good facet of his game. Yes, we don't see him playing those 50, 60-yard passes from a deeper position, but actually Arsenal don't play that many long passes from our midfielders. So do you know what? It's improved our style of play and we've managed to put Xhaka in a position that suits his strengths more, where he doesn't get exposed defensively. Now he's scored in back-to-back games, and instead of seeing him cup his ear and putting his arms out, I love seeing this. Long may it continue. Well done, Granit Xhaka. After talking about not playing long passes, my number 4 was this incredible pass from Aaron Ramsdale to Bukayo Saka. Have a look at this. Ramsdale looks up, sees that Saka has already peeled off into a little bit of space and plays a pass that me in the ground at the time could not even see. I didn't see that that was on, but Aaron Ramsdale clearly did. And even Bukayo Saka obviously knows that Aaron Ramsdale has got this in his locker and made the move to peel away into that space so that pass would be available for Aaron Ramsdale. It's an incredible way to make teams think twice about pressing high and also to get on the counter-attack very quickly. Unfortunately, we didn't score from this move, but had we scored from it, Ramsdale's pass would have got a lot more attention than it did. Ramsdale bounced back well in this game to his disappointing goal that he conceded against Sporting, and this pass was just an example of the fact that clearly his confidence hasn't been knocked. He's willing to try some things, and it was nice to see that. Well done, Aaron Ramsdale, for this brilliant distribution. Number 5, and I have to talk about Rob Holding. This good old servant of Arsenal Football Club that we signed for a couple of million quid from Bolton has more than delivered on my expectation of him, given his transfer fee. And you know what? He takes a lot of stick, but as a 4th choice or potentially 3rd choice centre-back, given that Ben White, I don't even know if he's a centre-back anymore, he does the job, and actually he can fill in for a game or two in the Premier League when we get an injury. And I think he proved that against Palace. He absolutely performed a masterclass. And with Saliba injured, a lot of us would have been worried about Rob Holding or Kivior coming in. But given the preference of Rob Holding's predominant foot, that meant that he was always likely to come in and replace Saliba, whilst if it was Gabriel, maybe it would have been Kivior because of Arteta's preference for defenders to have that predominant foot on each side. Anyway, let's look at Rob Holding's game in numbers. 100% successful dribbles, 100% accurate long balls, 70% aerial duels won, 80% ground duels won, 91% pass completion, 7 recoveries, 6 passes into the final third, 5 clearances. I mean, come on. There is no doubt that Rob Holding had an absolutely incredible game, and hopefully it gives everyone a bit of confidence that if Saliba isn't available for Leeds, or if he's just about ready, we don't need to rush him back. Hopefully Rob Holding can do the job for us again, but let's absolutely get Saliba back for that trip to Anfield. But well done, Rob Holding, on stepping in and stepping up. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that like button. I will see you after the international break that we can all sit back and enjoy knowing that we're 8 points clear. It's going to be one hell of a last 10 games, but we are all here for the roller coaster. Keep your eyes peeled on my channel. I'm going to try and drop an insane Martin Ødegaard compilation because he has got to be in with a shout for Player of the Year, along with clearly Haaland and Bukayo Saka. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time against Leeds.